Hey, how you doing, guys? I just recently found out CommandPost, which is basically a workflow toolkit for things like Final Cut Pro 10, and it allows you to natively support hardware controllers, something like tangent ripple and those kind of things. Also, maybe loop deck and all that, and something that Final Cut Pro 10 doesn't do natively. Hope maybe they'll add it in the future. We'll see. Now, currently, I do use two plugins that allow me to use hardware controllers like Tangent Ripple, which is Color Finale Pro, and also Core Melt's Chromatic. Of course, using CommandPost, you can do this for free. You can get it from GitHub, and it's entirely free. What I kind of wanted to report on this time, I already made a complete video on this previously, but they announced that they are finally out of beta, and they released a final release, which is version 1.00. Now, about the next day, they actually had an update to that, which was 1.0.1. So it's actually been development's been going quite quickly just in the last 3 years, and this is probably due to the overall overwhelming support from Final Cut Pro 10 users and submitting bug fixes, or not bug fixes, but bug reports and things like that. So now I don't use this a whole lot, but once I've been trying to get rid of some of my paid plugins that I don't necessarily use, or find free alternatives, since they also added more functionality with the newer versions of Final Cut Pro 10, like color wheels and things like that. But I do know that their interface is really good, especially in their preferences, because they have so much selections, as you can see from the preferences, and they also added support some more for more things. For instance, loop deck right here, and then you can use that to control your loop deck if you have one. Now, normally this was made for Lightroom, but you can now use it. In fact, if you go to Loopdeck's website, they also support Final Cut Pro 10 as well, some video editors, and they even released a dedicated hardware for just video editors, but that's a different story altogether. So it is actually quite comprehensive. It's primarily for support of Final Cut Pro 10, but they said they're also going to support DaVinci Resolve here shortly in the future. And so I actually may take more in-depth look at it, and it supports other things like touch bar if you have a newer MacBook Pro, and then it can utilize that. And also, something I didn't even know, they support Elgato's let me find Stream Deck, which is kind of cool. You can change the settings for that for Final Cut Pro 10, and even the icons. So if you do utilizing shortcut edits, keyboard shortcuts, basically which most hardware interfaces use anyway. But yeah, I just want to tell you guys, the update to out of beta, and it's already up to version 1.0.1 already. So check your updates. Also, what I like too is all the updates they put within the plugin itself, and you can even download it without having to do it. Well, do it right through the plugin as well. And I meant to show you this earlier. In fact, we'll stop the this reel here and show you the support in Final Cut Pro 10. Okay, I went ahead and quickly opened Final Cut Pro 10. Depending on what application you have open that's supported by CommandPost, it'll actually give you more menu features. And so we're going to open up the CommandPost again. As you can see, it's much more added to the menus, create optimized media and other things, and as well inside preferences, it should give you more options as well. So a lot more added functionality depending on your application of choice. So go check it out if you haven't already, and if you already have it, go ahead and upgrade to the newest version. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later.